Today we're in the lobby of the National Transit Company, which was originally built in the 1890s by John D. Rockefeller's Standard Oil Company. It was originally built to house a subsidiary, the transportation, the pipeline company called National Transit. Had a life. Troy might still be in the oil region, but the National Transit Building is now home to an arts community in Oil City. We're very proud of this.
Mine was called An Intro to the Fun Art of Porcelain Painting because I love it and it's a joy and there's so much you can do with it. So I've kind of created a few things they can do because porcelain is one of the most time-consuming arts there is. Has to be fired multiple times. So I've come up with 4 different techniques that can be done within 2 to 3 hours. Now they will have to leave their piece and then have it fired, but their choices are going to be peacock feather painting with 1 hair of a peacock feather as their brush, and it gives them an abstract look. And the hair of the peacock feather, which is just one teeny tiny hair, not the big thing, you create and you pull it, and so this can be done. I've also done a faux stained glass look, which is this, and that way they can choose their colors. They'll have to put their lines on first and then fill them in. So that was the second option. And another one I've never really done yet, but I'm working on trying for them, would be a stamping technique because so many of the kids are into stamping today. So I found some stamps that I was going to try on a plate, and actually this isn't fired yet. And this way they could pick a picture and stamp it and then go ahead and paint it in and leave it to be fired. I really enjoy working with students. This last summer I did the Oil City Library's Summer Fun program and actually worked with 32 kids in the course of 1 hour trying to do the peacock feather painting class. They all did a little 2x6 tile that then I put their names on it for them, but they did the artwork on it. We just didn't have the time in the course of 1 hour to have it all done with their names, with them doing their own names. I work with the Salvation Army youth, and then Holly and Jim Crummiller and I all worked together on the Youth Alternative Artistic Visions of Venango County project that took many months to do. And it's actually downstairs right now in the student art show that you can see the tiles and the 3 pieces of framing that they did. I think the schools should be made to spend as much on arts as they do on sports. I think it should be equal because I think the arts are just as important, if not more important, than sports. It is hard, I think, to see yourself as making a living sometimes on your artwork. So I think right away a lot of people will rule that out. But the enjoyment and the self-fulfilling that you get being creative can really add a layer to your life that you can't get anywhere else. When I started painting almost 30 years ago this July, I walked into my first meeting with a group of older white-haired ladies, and they said, "Oh, a baby!" And it was so funny, but unfortunately, I'm still the baby of the group because porcelain is a very technical art. It's time-consuming. And students and today's young people, they've got lives, they've got schools, they've got jobs, they don't have the time for a lot of porcelain sometimes. So I'm showing them it's not just your old-fashioned, typical flowered artwork. You can do anything on it. You know, you can do the zebras, you can do the animals, you can do the peacock feather painting. You can have fun with it. And it really gives children a very good self-awareness and fulfilling feeling. See their joys on their face when that comes out of the kiln and you deliver it back to them. They're like, "Wow, I did this. Look at what I did." No matter how, there's no right or wrong. I mean, there is technically, and as you go on to it. I have one student that started taking the classes, and she likes it so well. Now she's coming in to take the real porcelain classes to learn how to do the in-depth part of it, not just the fun little techniques. And so I just think any kind of art, whether it's watercolors, photography, singing, music, Every part of art is important to our society. I think it's what's going to get Oil City back on the map.
I'm the coordinator of the Oil City's Arts Revitalization. And when I first started, they gave me the name of Arts Champion. If you're an artist and you don't already live here and want to, get in touch with me. You can find me at www.artsoilcity.com.